What is good, Smooth Nation? It's D Smooth here. Gonna rant about Invincible. I've always been an Invincible hater. I was a day one Invincible hater. This is trash. This is garbage. And season 3 is proving me right. Everybody's turning on this show like I knew they would. And just like I said, I defended Rex Flow day one, saying how he's the best character. And guess what are they saying after his death? Spoilers. He's the best character. He has the most growth. While Mark's bum ass keeps getting rewarded for not growing and developing. He doesn't grow. He just gets a little meaner. That's not growth. Oh, where to begin? Mark Grayson is freaking hypocrite. Okay. Mark Grayson wants to hug his dad. A mass murderer who wiped out all Chicago. Who came here for the express purpose of taking over the planet. But he wants to get mad at Cecil for trying to reform villains and use villains to better the planet. He's using criminals in order to take out other villains. But he's a bad guy for them. And keep in mind, Mark is such a freaking hypocrite. Because he wants to stand and say, oh, you can't work with villains, Cecil, that's wrong. Even though it's perfectly reasonable to use villains' talents to take down other villains and better the planet. Cecil is perfectly reasonable throughout this entire show. And you know this show hates itself because the animation is garbage. Apparently they're super low on staff. There's like 10 people there. That's Prime's fault. Why is Prime not putting more money into this show? Get some more staff. That shows this show hates itself. It rewards bad behavior. Cecil, who was perfectly reasonable, you try to say, oh, is Cecil right? Or is Mark right? No, Cecil's right, 100%. Mark is an emotional teenager who doesn't listen to reason. Wants to forgive his psychopathic freaking dad. But regular criminals like Darkwing and whatever mad scientist guy can't be forgiven. They can't be reformed. In fact, didn't you try to throw Multipole in prison? You didn't want to reform him? So you won't kill, but you're also against reformation. So just throwing them in prison is fine. What, Mark, what do you want? This is why I say Karens are hypocrites, because everything is based on their current emotions. Your psychopathic murderer dad can't be forgiven. Your psychopathic murderer dad can be hugged, and all that can be let go. But Darkwing, a guy who's killed way less people, can't be forgiven? And Cecil is evil because he works with villains? You're a freaking idiot, Mark. You're an idiot. And, don't get me started on all the other characters. Oh, there's so many hateable characters in the show. Immortal, the bum. If you go on TikTok right now, all you'll see is Immortal getting hated on. Immortal is a bum who wants to attack all righteous, wants to talk all righteous, big and bad. But whenever it comes to standing on business, bro gets folded if he even tries. And I can't. There's just so much about Immortal that pisses me off. Immortal wants to talk all righteous. Talk all righteous about how we're heroes, gotta do the right thing, it doesn't matter if it's hard. Goes over and sleeps with Duplicate, a teenager. And Rex rightfully calls him a hypocritical asshole for it. And by the way, Rex, the best character in the show, I defended him since day one. How Rex changed for the better. He got growth. He realized he was an asshole. Changed, became a better person. Sacrificed his arm. Became a better person. Kept fighting. He doesn't get to live a happy life, but Dupla bitch does. And Immortal's bum ass. Okay, let's talk about Dupla bitch and Immortal. Dupla bitch sacrificed his not sacrificed. Faked her death. She faked her death in the last season. So when Rex was had to fight off a bunch of villains by himself, those lists we had to fight them all by himself, it's because Duplicate was selfish and wanted to fake her death. Why didn't she just quit? If you want to quit being a hero, just quit being a hero. We saw Adam Eve do that. Adam Eve just quit. Why couldn't she just quit? No, she had to fake her death when her team needed her. And then she had the nerve to come back with Immortal, all entitled, like, oh, it was her decision. Immortal's stupid self, oh, it was her decision. Yeah, your decision to fake your death and make everyone believe you're dead when your team needed you the most? freaking narcissist. They needed you, and you weren't there. If you want to quit, do it when it's safe. And we know that these heroes are capable of quitting because later Immortal does the same thing. Immortal gives up and quits. I've given this world enough, even though you lose every single fight. Even though you want to talk behind Mark's back, when Mark's not there, you want to act like Cecil's right. Mark is there. You said all that trash, talk all that shit about Mark. But when Mark pops up, and when Mark in this scene, when Mark has his neck against Cecil, you didn't have nothing to say. You didn't have nothing to say, Invincible. You didn't have nothing to say, Immortal. Didn't have nothing, just bowed. Literally bowed down. Well, in his head, there were so many freaking memes. Go over on TikTok, there are so many memes about Immortal's bum ass. How he does not stand on business. Oh, I freaking hate Immortal. And Dupla bitch, when she comes back, she wants to scold her brother for trying to kill Rex, because he thought that Rex did it, which is another stupid thing. And it's the thing, she never apologized for faking her death. This show rewards bad behavior. It rewards bad behavior. When characters are being hypocrites, when characters are being narcissistic, when they're not listening to reason, they get rewarded for it. But when a character changes for the better, when a character is humble, realizes that they need to change, like Rex, they have to sacrifice themselves. No, you can't have a happy life. And by the way, the whole Rex and Shrink Ray thing, it was not in the comics. In Shrink Ray, I think she faked her death for insurance money in the comics. In the show, Shrink Ray was just comatized for months and she pops back up, and in the show they have a relationship with Rex, which was cool. I liked them. And I owe Shrink Ray an apology, because in the show, she tells off Dupla bitch. Dupla bitch gets told that she's a freaking narcissist. Doesn't say it word for word, but that's basically what it says. Oh, well, you don't understand. I sacrificed more than anyone. Okay, did you sacrifice your arm? Like Rex? Because Rex had to sacrifice his arm. You die, you grow another you. Okay, that's happened. When you die, you grow another you. That's it. When Rex dies, that's it. Rex dies permanently. When everybody else dies, it's permanent. And can we talk about how much of a bum Mark is in this show? Because Oliver stood on business 10 toes down. Oliver took out the Mauler twins. And you know what Cecil's response was? I know you didn't mean to. Which is bullshit, because Oliver 100% intended to. Maybe it was like a heat of a moment type thing. But whatever. Cecil was understanding of Oliver. Again, showing, because Cecil's supposed to be the bad guy, right? Why are you making Cecil so reasonable? Why is Cecil so reasonable? Cecil never once tried to antagonize Mark. If you want me to believe that Cecil is in the wrong, you have to do something to make me believe that he's actually wrong. He never does anything wrong. He's 100% justified the entire time. He's completely reasonable, completely nice. When he sacrifices himself for his friends, it makes him sympathetic. Characters who do good are constantly punished for it. You're punished for having empathy. You're punished for being rational. You're punished for having character growth. Anybody with actual character growth is punished for it. Well, characters with regression, characters who become worse people. I can't stand Mark in this season. Mark was understandable in the first season. Now you don't get a pass. Oh, I cannot freaking stand these characters. How you gotta take out the best characters, like freaking Rex Blow was so goated, bro. Rex Blow was so freaking goated. Like who else am I gonna talk about? Like there's just so much, 'cause there's so much hate, and they had the nerve to put Dupla bitch in Fortnite. Nobody cares about her. She's annoying and whiny. She's a narcissist who fakes her own death when her team needs her. Even though your team is out there sacrificing, when you die, you can just make another you. No problem. You and your brother are the only ones who can do it. And why is your brother so much more skilled than you? Your brother fought Adam Eve and outsmarted her. Your brother has, and by the way, nobody got hands in this show. Immortal's bum ass, having lived for thousands of years, you'd expect him to be super skilled, a super skilled master martial artist in all these techniques. They don't show any type of hands. They say that Mark got more powerful. Barely. He wins a little bit more. He's still getting flopped around like nothing. The Invincible War is 100% proof that Cecil is right. And by the way, nobody got hands except for Darkwing and Rex. Because Rex went on to display way more hands, way more martial arts variety. Remember in season 1 he was dodging all those lasers? Just jumping around, dodging those lasers like freaking Spider-Man? That's some skill for you. They're the only two people who actually showcase some major skill. They barely show any technique variety in these. They got no freaking hands in this show. This show hates itself. It hates trying. It hates effort. And I'll say this right now. At the time of recording, the episode where Mark fights Conqueror is not out yet. I guarantee you it's going to suck. It's going to have shit animation because it's been animated by the same people who did this whole project. And Prime is too freaking cheap to get more animators out there because they're super freaking low on staff. Fuck Prime. Fuck the show. Everything I said was right. TikTok is proving me right. We want to see characters progress, not regress. Mark is regressing. He's becoming more irrational. He's becoming more of an asshole, more of a hypocrite. Freaking wants to, oh, Darkwing can't be forgiven. But you're gonna forgive your psycho murdering dad. You freaking Karen. Oh, and Oliver is so much more of a real one, big brother. When he was holding Angstrom by his neck, I don't get why they keep abusing the neck grab. It's not practical in IRL. If you try to grab someone's neck IRL, you're leaving yourself open for many strikes, for many kicks. It's not practical in real life. By the way, it's not very practical. You're gonna get your ass kicked if you try doing that to someone. I'm sick of it. In fact, just before this scene, Cecil was trying to talk to Oliver. Oliver is understandable. Oliver just sees, well, taking out the bad guys is a simple, easy thing to do that just gets rid of the problem. A very practical solution. And when Oliver takes out the Mahler twins, it's a bad thing. Those guys were irredeemable criminals. We've seen them since season 1. All they do is tear stuff up. Throughout the whole show, all they do is tear stuff up and never show any type of, and they never show any type of empathy when they kill people. We've shown that they're irredeemable. But, oh, you gotta feel bad. Then fuck them. Fuck the Maltese. They were assholes. They were villains. In fact, I still like them more than Immortal bum ass. Someone who wants to act all righteous, but is okay with a teammate faking her death because you want to sleep with her even though they're a teenager, you freaking weirdo. Oh, okay, these characters are such hypocrites. And all the evil marks, none of them showcase any type of super skills or anything. The fights are lame. Everybody trashes the animation. People are turning on this show. This is the problem with self-hate leftists. Is that they hate themselves and they set themselves up for failure when they keep doing this. There was so much I can react. And Amber, I'm so glad I didn't see Amber. I'm so glad I didn't see Amber. This show rewards bad behavior. Characters with actual growth get punished for it. Characters who regress and become more irrational and become more of an asshole get rewarded for it. Immortals, well, I can't with the show. I guarantee you, Invincible versus Conquest is gonna suck. I guarantee it. Soup Nation, you are dismissed. Like, subscribe, see you guys there. I can't.